what you expect from people on Twitter is going to be different than your face-to-face
No, I
friends.
know, but I think because I'd with Isla for so long, or the big gap in between, but because over all that hospital stuff, I mean, we jitsied and she really supported me and helped me write the right stuff to get freedom of information and everything. And she's just been a terrific support for me, and I feel like I've really let her down.
Well, that's not so. I think a part
You
of it's
haven't let her
misunderstanding.
down.
She doesn't know that you weren't listening to
And
that.
it
So if
doesn't
you weren't
matter.
listening,
How
you
could she have possibly let Isla down?
I need.
How could she have possibly let Isla down? Nobody was talking about Isla. We took, and GB didn't say a word about Robbie. And even if she had, what the fuck is GB? Is Robbie? What's her name's son? No, he isn't. He's just a fucking random off the internet. GB has done nothing wrong by allowing other women to hear information that what's his name had about this guy. What
I
Isla
didn't
is
even hear
really in
it.
the wrong here for attacking GB. She's in the wrong, not GB. This is just ridiculous. This conversation, as if no.
okay, okay, that is the point. There's nothing to feel or be wrong about. There isn't, unless he's your brother or somebody.
What do we think about Mike coming in? I found that quite interesting because sort of your nemesis.
What do you think of him coming
But I
in?
think that was
Then
a
after that,
positive. I think it's a positive. It's a positive when I had
what was positive
what was
about
positive.
it?
It was a positive. It was a positive right from when I first reached out the following day with the word sorry.
I know,
To be
but
able
what
to
was
open
positive
what
about
was
what happened in this
because it
space, in the
opened
space?
because
Yeah, because he didn't come in to talk about any of the previous stuff, did
no.
he? It
So
was different
what
subjects.
it opened dialogue. It opened and allowed. Let's face it, communication or lack of communication is the biggest reason for fallouts, isn't it? So the
Yes.
fact that we're communicating, Senna Starmer, the fact that we're
We might as well just put a badge on Sienna anyway. But we
Sienna
acknowledge
wishes
Sienna's
there was
point of view
the
essentially.
one finger salute emoji. Um,
If it was a middle finger, she'd be having. Yeah, she'd be.
and a vomit emoji, and so does Shells. And I understand that. I just feel, what did we achieve?
Yes.
Because it's far better. What's the old saying? We all know the old saying: keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. There's nothing better than being on at least speaking terms with people that you know can otherwise do you great harm emotionally. Can't say physically because this is Twitter. So emotionally
I
can do
mean, I
great
don't
harm.
know.
I think there's
I don't know about that
that's from my
necessarily.
stance. Yeah.
But like I was saying, Mike doesn't really hate women. He just hates GCs. So,
But I don't even believe
you know,
that because
and
he already said tonight, he said he agrees with the science.
yeah, but he doesn't agree with the rhetoric on Twitter. If you just let her up to speak, so now there's got to be a fight, another fight. I can't. Oh,
Stop.
it's
No,
There,
because
$2.52.
I've got the mute
stop.
button. I can see
Stop.
this.
There's not going to be a
Good
fight.
evening.
There's no fight happening at all. I have to say
Okay.
that Mike, this Mike person is so fucking terrible. Like, so awful. I can't even stand it. I just can't stand him.
I get it. It's because he says the most disgusting words.
Mm.
But there's no depth to it. There's no feeling. There's no meaning. It's just, oh, I know some words that will upset them. It's just, it's not
Yeah,
even.
it's
He
not.
doesn't even
He
feel
just
it.
wants somewhere to put his penis.
Yeah, but that's nowhere
Well,
near a
not in a
female,
woman.
so there's no worry. There's no worry. He's gay. You know, it's nowhere near.
Oh, whoa, careful. Remember?
Mm.
All these gay guys that keep coming in here messing us about.
Oh, I'm sure they're listening right now. I wish I could be like have some more composure about what I have to say, but all I want to say for sure is I am not a threat to you at all. I'm not I'm not going to come in here and be nasty. I'm not going to do that. But that fucking person will. Mike will do that. It's gross.
Isn't it better that he does that than come in pretending to be our friend?
I apologize that I screamed because it wasn't, I mean, that's not the way to deal with things. But I'm really fucking
I missed that
angry
too.
about
You
such
screamed.
people. I'm mad. I'm mad.
This was some other
Oh, right.
space,
Sorry.
I think, because I haven't heard him. Funny enough, since coming back in November, I've not heard this bad behaviour from this person. I've only been in one or two spaces where this person has spoken and I've spoken, and it was Domestic T's space, and he just had an articulate conversation. So all the horror stories are brought through somebody else's experience.
All the horror
So I'm,
stories are caused by people engaging with him in an argumentative way, knowing exactly what he's like, goading him. Not necessarily goading him, but if he comments on one of your posts, ignore it.
the reason I guess I don't hear that, because I go nowhere near spaces to hear these things. I know what I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear men speaking about women in this way. I don't want to hear people talking about lowering the age of consent. There are several things I don't want to hear here. I don't need a conversation about it to get a different perspective. I don't want to hear it. So that is my view. So there we are. So there have been some positives, maybe a bit more understanding. GB, thank you for the space. Thank you for holding the space. And hopefully feeling that you're in this region of Twitter just a little bit more than perhaps you have been recently.